Hello friends and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Megan and thank you to everyone who is with me today. I have some new makeup to me to share with you. I don't think that any of these products are new releases, but I personally have never tried them before, and so I thought I would share my thoughts about all of that with you. So if you're interested, let's go ahead and get started. So today I decided I needed a new foundation. The current foundations I have are either too light or they are too dark, and I'm not sure how I got them too dark unless I was just really tan, obviously, when I purchased them. I almost know every time I get a new foundation, I have someone color match me because I am terrible at that. I just have the worst time. That being said, I went to Sephora. I had some points to use and a gift card, so I thought I would do that, and that would, you know, help eliminate some extra cost for something I wasn't really planning on spending, but I know I need. So the first thing that I did is I put on my Torridin Solid In Lip Essence. I got this from Adora K Beauty down in Orlando, and it just has that, you know, little tip, and it is, I mean, it's very much like a gel, I guess. I guess gel is not the right word. It's more like a melty balm, I guess. I mean, you can see it's very much like a lip balm. Shiny, and I just put it all over. I'm dealing with a little bit of eczema there on my top lip, so I just kind of put this all over, hoping that it would help with that area. This one's nice. I haven't used it a lot because I do have some other ones, but from what I've seen and used of this, I do like it, and it's obviously it's in a tube, so it's easy to carry. So it has been super hot here in Central Florida, and I knew that I needed something lightweight for summer, something with a little coverage. I wanted something for around my eyes, concealer wise, because the concealer I have is just not the right color anymore, and I obviously want staying power. I wanted something easy to use, you know, every day, but also give me enough coverage for the office, and that's just easy to blend. I am going to use my primer, and my favorite one right now is the Danessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. It's mattifying and priming, and it is a serum. I mean, this is a liquid, and it has this, it's dirty. So it has this little dropper in the middle, and you actually push from the bottom. So, and I usually do about 5 to 6 drops because of how humid it is and how warm it is. And I start kind of from the T-zone and work my way out, making sure to get my nose and even my chin. And then everything else, I just kind of spread it outward from there because there probably isn't much there, to be honest. It does sink in rather quickly, and it's gone. But it just kind of dries down to this, you know, natural matte finish. And I'm telling you, it is warm. I'm so glad I have this fan. I cannot tell you. So I'm actually very excited about this. I didn't think that this would be something I would like. And listen, if I don't like something, I will return it. I don't know about other people on YouTube or Instagram or anything like that, but I'm spending my own money, and I even if it's a gift card, I'm spending my own money, and I do not want to waste it on something I don't like. I actually have something right now that is the absolute wrong shade, and I think I'm going to be stuck with it. I may have to try and see if I can get in touch with customer service, and maybe they'll let me exchange it or give me, you know, store credit or something. But I do not like to waste money. One of the things that I do not like is I don't like going to Sephora and Ulta because I feel like there's either never enough people to help, because I know the stores are usually busy, or it's retail. They just don't have enough personnel half the time. And I'm always worried that I'm not going to like it. But they're not always great about giving samples. It depends on where you go. I had the absolute best visit to Sephora today that I've had in a very long time. So the young person that was helping me was very nice, and I think that because of her experience and knowledge as a professional makeup artist as well as graphic designer really helped, because she is all about, you know, color and seeing color because of those backgrounds. So I think that she was really able to help me make this decision. So she suggested for my combination sensitive skin, she recommended the Say Glowy Super Skin Lightweight Luminous Foundation. Now, I hardly ever buy anything that says glowy or luminous because I'm afraid it's going to make me look like an oily mess. She said that this has a skin-like finish, and when I had put it on my hand, which I know does not have the same texture as my face, but it was very nice. It was a little luminous, but it wasn't so much that I thought it would melt off my face. I also have powder, so we are going to see how this works. It says to buff and blend using the base brush, which I did not buy, for a weightless, true to skin finish. So, you know, true to skin, who knows? But I got the shade 10 as she recommended, and we're gonna try this. Now, I have heard that the skin tint is very glowy. So she said this has a skin-like finish, which yes, could be a little illuminating, but hopefully not too much. So it comes in this beautiful glass jar. This was $40. A lot of foundations nowadays are over $50. And so I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I don't know much about Say. It is 1 fluid ounce. So it's the same size as everybody else's. And it has the pump on top. So I am going to, I think you're supposed to shake it. It does sound a little serum-like. So I am going to shake that. And then I'm going to put that on my hand. Oh, and yes, and it does have a very serum-like finish. It is very light and luminous. So I am going to put this all over and blend it. So I really like that finish, and I like the color. I think it blended right in, and it really worked. Now, I always bring my foundation down my neck because my neck is always like a full shade lighter than my face, even in the winter. I don't know how that works. I don't know why it's like that. I really don't like it, but since the rest of me is tan, because it is summer and I've been in the pool a little bit lately, I can't have dark, light, dark. That would be very strange. So I did have to blend that and around, but I think that looks pretty good. Let me check my mirror. Oh yeah. I mean, I probably needed to exfoliate my face before doing all of that, but it is not settling into my pores. Granted, it's still kind of early, and it really did cover a little bit, but you can still see my face. You can still see, you know, the natural, what's supposed to be there. So I'm now going to show you the new concealer that I got. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Smooth and Blur Undetectable Concealer. Now this is 0.15 fluid ounces, and I have the shade 2.0R. It came in this box, and when I purchased this, this was actually 30% off, so I thought that was a good deal. So this has a little flat doe foot applicator. I usually never put it directly on my face. I always put it on my fingers first, so I don't really care what the applicator looks like, as long as it's easy to get in and out. Now, the person who was helping me, that I said I just thought was amazing, she said that this is actually one of the combinations of foundation and concealer that she uses with her sensitive skin, because she's allergic to everything. I think she described it as fire and thebomb.com, and I was like, well, I can get behind that for sure. So we are going to do this. Now, I always do my concealer just directly under my eyes and in the corners, and sometimes up and over my eyelids. I know that that's not what anyone, I think, on YouTube teaches, or any other social media platform, but this is what I think works for me, and I usually bring it down to cover that whole area up until it meets the top of that, right outside, you know, the eye socket, that line that's there, and kind of blend it together. That is what has always worked for me. So, right or wrong, that's what I do. I think I am going to put a little bit more above my eyes, under my brow bone. So I do warm it up between my fingers, and then put it up here, a little on the eyelid, and then above, kind of cover those veins that are up there. But I am super excited about this combination. I think, you know, this shade is definitely a little bit on the lighter side, so it does brighten my eyes. And I'm sure there would have been a different way to apply this. I think, I don't know for sure. I think some people still might use that complete triangle method. And some people I know just do a dot here and a dot back here. You know, you can apply your makeup however you want. But that just looks really nice. And it's not settling into my lines. I mean, I don't have major lines, but I do have a little bit here under this eye especially. I have some lines, and then there's a line or two over here I know of. And sometimes my concealer does, you know, fall into those. I think, actually that's why I haven't bought the Dior concealer, because it actually settles into those teeny tiny fine lines. So I haven't done that. I'm debating whether or not I should powder, because the other thing I got to try is the One Size On Till Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. There is a little waterproof label on there, so I'm going to take that off. And I think I'm just going to put this on. I don't think I'm going to powder. I know I can, but just to kind of see how this wears, which of course means not putting this on. But it is so hot today and I don't want my makeup to move. So I think I'm going to just spray this on. And I would always put this on after foundation and concealer before anything I put on my eyes. That's just what I like to do, because this is what I'm really worried about. I don't need to spray this over top of, you know, my mascara or eyes or lips or anything like that. So we're going to see how fine of a mist this is. It does say to shake well before each use and keep your eyes closed during application. Hold 10 to 12 inches away from face and spray in a circular motion for even distribution. So we're going to shake it. And then, oh wow. It does have a little bit of a fragrance. It kind of reminds me of hairspray. Does anyone else? Have you ever tried this? Do you get that same? It kind of smells like hairspray. I don't know why. Anyway, it does have a cooling effect. I'm going to put just a hair more on because I feel like I didn't really get my cheek. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that kind of smells like hairspray. I don't know. That it could just be me. It very much could just be me. So I am very excited to see how this wears. Even though I probably shouldn't have put this on because I need to know how this wears by itself because I may not always have this, but I think in combination with this should hopefully be my new go-to, at least for summer. So I'm very excited. And I do think, obviously, if I stick with the Say foundation, I will definitely need a lighter shade for winter. But I'm super excited about that and the price point. I know it's not drugstore price point. I have a hard time with drugstore foundations, and even at Ulta, you typically can't try them because they don't have testers. So I just go with, you know, what I can. So I really like that. In fact, give me just a second. Okay. I turned down the brightness of my ring light so that you could get a better idea of that color match. I think that looks really good. I really do. I think it blended right in. It took away the redness. It evened everything out. And that concealer, yes. So thank you to Corey at the Winter Park Sephora. You made my whole summer. Thank you. So to finish off the look, I am going to use my Chantecaille Cheek Gelée Hydrating Gel Cream Blush in Vibrant. This is a beautiful shade for summer. I'm also, this is my dog sneezing. I'm also going to use my Lisa Eldridge Seamless Glide Eye Pencil in Burnt Umber. And I also have my Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash Mascara in Burnt Umber. I just want a very natural look today. So give me just a minute and I will be right back. All right, I am back. So after I did the Burnt Umber eyeliner and the Kitten Lash Mascara in the Burnt Umber, both by Lisa Eldridge. And I also, was there something else I was supposed to have done? Oh, I did the Chantecaille Cheek Gelée in that pinker shade, but I decided to do my lips as well, which I don't think I was planning on doing, but I'm using the Dior Lip Liner Pencil in 341 Grand Bal. I don't know if this shade is still available, but if it is, I will look it up. This is a very kind of peachy orange shade. And I topped it with my Chantecaille Lip Chic in Carpathia. This was from the spring or summer collection a year or two ago. And see how it's that beautiful peachy red shade. So it really went well. I mean, you know, I could have put a neutral liner under it and it wouldn't have popped as much as it does. But I just think since I went really simple and neutral with my face, that putting that beautiful pop of color on my lips just, you know, kind of helps balance it. But yeah, so there you have it. I am so excited. What I will do is, it is about halfway through the day right now, so I'm probably only going to get maybe another 4 to 6 hours maybe out of this. So if I hopefully remember when I edit the video, I will pin a comment down below so that you can see what I thought of the makeup. And hopefully I will be sharing it with you again in some future videos. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I hope that wherever you are having a wonderful day. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and hit that subscribe button if you wish to do so. And I will see you all next time. Bye.